ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. Debate on the Registered and Land Adjudication Bills 2025 underway in the lower chamber today. Pieces of legislation that are expected to have a significant impact on land acquisition in the country. Also, another young man, the victim of a killing here in New Providence, as police seek to uncover the circumstances of a 23-year-old being found in bushes in eastern New Providence. And a cohort of Bahamians celebrated for making significant contributions to improving the lives of others in impactful ways. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Parliamentarians debating two bills simultaneously that, once passed, are anticipated to resolve once and for all the existing problems associated with land acquisition here in the Bahamas. Carla Palmer leads us off tonight at 11 on the tabling of the Registered and Land Adjudication Bills 2025.
Land ownership has long served as a cornerstone of wealth creation and economic stability. Still, too many people have been aggrieved by the existing laws. And this, says Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis, is the principal reason the government is legislating new land reform.
Unfortunately, a significant portion of land throughout our archipelago lacks a clear title. There are numerous cases where generational property has been passed down with conflicting claims or without official records. There are too many cases in our courts where each claimant claims to have valid but conflicting documentation. Sometimes multiple people claim the same piece of land. We are taking meaningful steps, fixing what's broken with the way we register land and handle land disputes in our nation.
According to the nation's chief, for far too long, equity and justice have been denied many Bahamians, robbed of generational inheritance. But today, through these land reform bills and the complications and setbacks associated, this will all come to an end.
They consulted very widely with virtually every major stakeholder throughout a lengthy consultation period to ensure that we get this reform right. And I believe we have succeeded. Thanks to the bills before us today, we will have land adjudicators officially clarifying ownership rights once and for all. We will establish land tribunals that hear and render fair decisions in land disputes, eliminating the need for expensive and lengthy court proceedings. We will bring clarity to the regulation of land, creating one official, indisputable record. We will modernize how land rights are recorded, moving from what is called a deeds-based system to a modern title-based system, making it easier to sell, inherit, mortgage, and develop land. And we will give investors confidence that there are no hidden claims on the land that will serve as the foundation for their investments.
Prime Minister Davis says his government is all about fixing things that desperately need fixing, because it's the right thing to do, and the Bahamians deserve to have greater ownership in their own country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Thank you. Seconding the debate on the land reform bill's Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, touted the proposed pieces of legislation as a foundation for investment, rightful possession, and a brighter future, grounded in ownership and not uncertainty. But in doing so, he emphasized the importance of public education.
But I would only say that it will not be a secretive process. It will be transparent, and it will be inclusive. And there will be a broad education countrywide so that Bahamians can understand this process and what it means to them. Notices will go out in newspaper, on websites, and billboards, and social media and radio. Bahamians living abroad will be able to submit claims. Communities will be informed and engaged. And every parcel will be surveyed. Every voice will be heard. Claims will be evaluated with fairness. And disputes will be resolved by an adjudication tribunal with local knowledge and legal expertise.
A mother's worst nightmare. A young man found dead in a quiet eastern New Providence community, the victim of another homicide. According to police, the 23-year-old's body was discovered in bushes off Prince Charles Drive just before midday. Lyle Maycock was on the scene.
A family is mourning after the body of 23-year-old Wayne K.J. Marshall was discovered just off Springfield Road near Commonwealth Bank on Prince Charles Drive. ZNS News was at the scene just before noon, shortly after the police. Chief Superintendent Sharia King spoke to the media.
Police control room was notified of a body being found in the area of Springfield Road off Prince Charles Drive. Officers responded and discovered an adult male, apparently or approximately in his early 20s, with apparent gunshot wounds to the upper body.
Police say they were alerted to the scene by an anonymous caller. Officers have not yet determined how long the body had been there or how it got to that location. At this time, there are no known suspects or leads.
We don't know that at this time. We will have to use assistance from the autopsy to give us some indication as to how long the body was there. We're doing our investigations and we will use all resources to determine that.
Grief and disbelief poured from Marshall's mother, Michelle Giddin, who described her son as generous and kind. She says he had been missing since Tuesday morning. She was on her way to file a missing persons report when she learned her son's body had been found.
They called me and tell me, they say they passed the road and they see my son laying down on the ground. Because I know my son never sleep out.
Yeah, he don't sleep
without coming home. If he go out with his friends, he'll come home 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, he'll make it home.
And Wayne's sister, Charmaine Marshall, says the family spent the morning frantically trying to confirm the news, only to learn the worst.
They messaged me this morning. My friend messaged me this morning. I was like, she got the news that somebody yucked him last night, maybe when he's coming home or anyway coming home. And I was like, what you mean? So I get up and I called my old lady and I let her know that he never slept home, nobody saw him. So we just was debating, trying to figure out what's going on until not too long before the police them actually get up there, that he was found dead in the bush.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lyle Maycock.
Police also investigating an industrial accident yesterday. A 25-year-old male employee reportedly came into contact with a deep fryer while working at an establishment on Carmichael Road shortly after 8 o'clock last night. He sustained burn injuries and was transported to the hospital for medical assistance, where he was last listed in stable condition. Meantime, Abaco authorities are investigating a reported shark attack that occurred yesterday in waters off Spanish Key. The incident reportedly unfolded shortly after 10 o'clock yesterday morning when a male resident was spearfishing and later discovered that a shark bit him. He was assisted onto a vessel by a family member and taken to Spanish Key for medical attention at the local clinic in Cooperstown. He is expected to be airlifted here to the capital for further care. Strengthening the borders, increase manpower, acquire more vessels. These arguments and more have been made as to how best to handle the flow of illegal migration. But according to former Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, reality dictates that the real problem be identified.
Are the immigrants the problem? The answer is no. We are the problem. We, the Bahamian people, are the problem. And the problem is corruption and greed. We have laws, we have sufficient laws, we have adequate laws. It's just a matter of enforcement. If we enforce our laws, then we won't have the problem. So it's not the immigrants, it's the Bahamians who are the problem.
66 foreign nationals sent back to their respective countries yesterday. The large majority of them, 60 to be exact, Haitian nationals. The 51 men and 9 women boarded a Bahamas Air flight that left Lynden Pindling International Airport just before 10 a.m. Tuesday for Cape Haitian, Haiti. Later the same day, 6 Cubans left for Havana. Both repatriation exercises supported by a security team of 13 immigration officers. Officials say all security and health protocols were observed. Still to come, volunteers honored for their tireless efforts. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
40th Annual Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organization Conference ended today at the Bahamas Resort. During the four-day conference, over 700 delegates from across the region discussed measures to advance the digital agenda in the Caribbean. Talks focused on, among other things, the necessity for increased collaboration among stakeholders and the need for industry leaders to speak with one voice in order to better promote the region's telecoms agenda on the global stage. Some of the delegates shared their experience with us.
This is very important that the region could come together in a forum like this to discuss ICT-related matters and issues, to try to be combined in their approaches going forward within the Caribbean. Cybersecurity was one of the key points and key talking points. I think it's important to educate persons on how cybercrime can affect you, not only the normal, but more like senior citizens.
It has been nothing short of amazing. The sessions, the exhibit hall, the presenters, as well as the new information that was relayed to myself, new technology that I wasn't aware of. And so for that, I'm most appreciative of it.
The conference has been excellent. The speech given by your Prime Minister of the Bahamas really resonated with me. It spoke towards the ingenuity and the creativity of the Caribbean people, and we having the ability to build platforms for our own benefit. And I think that resonated well.
The conference was really good. We got to hear from a lot of different speakers, mostly about AI and cybersecurity is something I'm really interested in, especially on the pros and the cons of AI, so it's a great learning experience.
It's an awesome experience to meet vendors that I worked with daily. I was able to put name to face, but I also was able to visit so many booths to see how the technical world has advanced from when I started in BTC.
Government House rolled out the red carpet last night to celebrate an extraordinary class of Bahamians who are making significant contributions to improving the lives of others in impactful ways. Corval Pyfram was at the celebration.
A proud moment for some 20 individuals and organizations last night awarded for their stellar contributions as part of the 20th Civil Society Awards ceremony at Government House.
The individuals being honored this evening chose to give sacrificially and serves as volunteers in the civil society sector of the Bahamas.
These individuals represent multi-sectors across civil society, most of them non-governmental organizations. Civil Society Bahamas, in conjunction with the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, presented the program, which saw Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cynthia Pratt, present this year's recipients with their awards. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Services, Federal Raming Turnquest, praises the awardees, noting their contributions cannot be overstated.
As a ministry, we know that we cannot do this work alone. That is why we continue to strengthen our partnerships with you, the non-governmental organizations. And we have done this through grants, training, and hands-on support. We've launched community outreach efforts because we believe social services must meet people where they are.
Awardee Jamal Knowles has been working with the Man of Today, Man of Tomorrow organization since 2023. The program provides support and mentorship to at-risk young males from ages 8 through 25. Knowles, who feels he was called to do this, was moved by the recognition.
I never expected to be honored. When the chairman of the organization I'm a part of, when he told me that I was an awardee, I was so surprised. I never looked to be honored in this way. You just come out and you serve and you give your best to the community. And so I'm just grateful, to be a part of this august body. The message from the Permanent Secretary, it really touched my heart.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Corval Pyfram.
Extraordinary Bahamians and extraordinary work. Thanks, Corval. Andros is not only known as the Big Yard, but it's full of mysteries and unique cultures. Our Charles Fisher explores the docks of Andros.
Lots of work going on in North Andros. Member of Parliament for the area, the Honorable Leonardo Lightbourne, making a splash with the construction of 6 docks.
We have our two in Low Sound, we have Kong Sound, Nickel Sound, Mastic Point, Red Base.
Our first stop was in Red Base, where the roads have been paved and a long ride cut short.
This road you see here today that we just came down on, like you say, 15-minute drive. Used to take us an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, depending on the speed you're doing. You see, we have 14 miles of road. Behind me, you see, we have a newly paved, a newly constructed dock with a gazebo. This hasn't been here in over 25 years. This road hasn't been paved in over 30 years.
Here's resident Darren Allen.
I like it because it's a high-end dock. It's not something somebody else put together. You know what I mean? It was a thought and something put together properly. Just like how they do the road. The road was in patch up.
Let's now move into Mastic Point, where according to Lightbourne, the dock should be completed within the next 3 months.
Further on, just the south of this, you would see the old dock. But you could see that we're investing in these communities, how we are doing our best. As a member of parliament, I will continue to agitate, continue to stand up for my people here in North Andros and the Berry Islands, that we have infrastructures, we have docks, bridges, roads. These are the things that matters most. These are the builds the community, bring empowerment. So we'll continue to do these things here in North Andros and the Berry Islands. If you look, you could see some dredging going on. So in another few months, they'll have a possible ramp. You would possibly see boats being able to tie in at any tide, whether the low or high tide, they'll be able to come in comfortably and secure their rafts.
A happy resident, Billy Oliver.
When tide low, we had to come up here, wait out there for several hours before we come in home, into shore. So this is a good purpose here for us today.
Up next was in Low Sound, where 2 were built.
This is also a fishing community here, and it's very essential that we had these docks put in place. We just left the Doral Island dock, which you see is nearly 90% completed. We are now at the dock at the point, which we call this area. And if you could see in the background, this is completed. Full-scale parking, lighting, solar initiative. So this what we are doing here in North Andros and the Berry Islands. We are empowering our Bahamians, we are empowering the Josians here, and these docks are a major part of the fishing community here. These are the lifeline of these communities. And so what you're seeing here in North Andros is empowerment. They now have access to 24-hour fishing. Let's call it a 24-hour initiative, that they can come out here at night. They have a ramp that they can pull up their boats any hour, any time of the day, morning, noon, or night.
Andros residents who may feel that they are left out.
In the southern part, in Stafford Creek, Blanket Sound, and Standard Creek, we have an initiative to put some docks in place, and also some roads need to be complete. So we'll be hitting those pretty soon.
All good works for residents. For Access Now, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks, Charles. Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Amajal?
And VJ makes his Vegas Summer League debut. Details of that story and more coming up in sports. Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. VJ Edgecombe making his Vegas Summer League debut last night, hoping to build on a stellar performance in his lone game in Utah. VJ missing the past week, nursing a thumb injury, but would hit the hardwood last night as the Sixers would take on the Wizards. Edgecombe registering 30 minutes and would finish the game with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. The Sixers would pick up their first win of the Vegas Summer League, beating the Wizards 74-58. Sixers hit the floor again tonight, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, but no primetime matchup with top pick Cooper Flagg, as the Mavs announced they have shut him down for the remainder of the summer. In baseball news, Jazzism Jr., after securing his second All-Star nod and missing the first one due to injury, to officially make his All-Star game debut last night in Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Jazz suiting up for the American League. Fast forward to the top of the ninth, Jazz would have a pressure-packed at bat, 1 out, and the AL down 1 run. Facing Mets pitcher Edwin Diaz, Jazz taking the pitch straight down the right field line. Braves first baseman Matt Olson making a great play to get the out. Jazz would finish 0 for 3 on the night. The AL still would rally, though, and tie things up at 6 at the end of 9, setting things up for a winner-take-all home run derby powered by 3 homers from Kyle Schwarber. The National League would escape with the 7-6 win. More from the All Andros and Berry Island Regatta this weekend. Express will go will certainly enjoy the race action on the water, and overall, the festivities boding well for the island's economy as well. Charles Fisher provides his final regatta wrap-up in this report.
During the day, sailing at its best with 4 classes A, B, C, and E. One thing I can say is that Andros people can cook, as patrons were able to enjoy the best in native dishes. At night, the Alfonso Smith Regatta side came to life with the best in Bahamian music for all 3 nights. And yes, Junkin, who closed out all the activities after the awards were handed out, with Long Island skippers taking all the classes. Member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands, the Honourable Leonard Lightbourne, was all smiles with the turnout for the 30th edition.
I would say this is one of the best. I would say probably the best. This is the 38th year. We came from far. We haven't seen those boats, A, B, and C class, for, well, sorry, A and B C class. We haven't seen those for about 10 years. So I must say that it's coming back. Like you have Minister Sweeting saying that he's proud to see what we're doing right now. I'm just happy from Ministry of Family Island Affairs, what we're doing as a team, and how we're moving through the entire Bahamas. And as you can see, if you look around, you see the people that are here on the boat, you see the boats that's here on the ground. North Andros and the Berry Islands is really taking off.
With sailing in all classes, this was considered a major regatta. Races went smoothly, and the fact that they were all started on time, something unusual, says a lot for Commodore Dwayne Higgins.
We were able to get 12 races started exactly on the time that we determined, which shows that it can happen with a little effort. We had a few bumps and bruises along the way, but overall we got everything accomplished.
Now everyone is looking forward to number 31, so if you missed it this year, make plans to be there next year. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
In golf news, Bahamas Golf Federation hosting a summer camp at the Blue Hills driving range. Many young golfers learning from instructors not much older than themselves. Coach Peyton Hay discussed having the composure while instructing the inexperienced golfers.
I think it's very important to have patience when coaching children. It goes a long way. It makes kids comfortable, and it just lets them know that it's okay for me to learn here and make mistakes here when I learn, because my coaches are patient with me.
11-year-old golfer Jacob Clark spoke about his inspiration to play the sport.
After my dad started playing, I decided to play with him, and I started to think that maybe I should play it seriously. It's a really fun sport, and if people try it out, I think they would also have fun with it too. So it's fun, the people are nice, coaches help a lot. I mean, there's nothing really bad that I see about the camp.
That's all the time we have for you for sports on this Wednesday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royston. We'll get you started with our temperatures around the Family Violence, Marshall, Barbacoa at 82 degrees, 87 in Greenville Key, Freeport, Grand Bahama, 87 degrees, the Berry Islands at 85, Alistown, Bimini, 88 degrees, picking up 85 in Harbour Island, Roxanne and Lutra, 86, 87 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space Out, Andros at 89 degrees, Fresh Creek, Central Andros have a temperature of 86 degrees, 84 in Georgetown, Exuma, Rum Key and San Salvador, 77. 77 is also in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Magona, and Acklands, 88 degrees, 86 in Matutani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands also reporting 86 degrees. And our satellite pictures showing lots of moisture over the central parts of the country, and that's a trough associated with that low pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico. And the Hurricane Center is giving this about a 40% chance of becoming a tropical depression over the next day or two. So we'll keep our eyes on this and keep you posted of its development. Nevertheless, these showers will spread towards the northwest Bahamas, so we'll see an increase in shower activity over the capital tonight as well. Overcast, breezy, and very warm. A thunderstorm in spots later on tonight as that troughing gets a little closer. The low temperature, 82 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be breezy with clouds followed by brightening sky in the afternoon as that system continues to push towards the west. Now, the high temperature, that will climb up to 87 degrees and extended weather forecast, improving conditions right through Saturday. On Sunday, we'll get a couple of morning showers, and that will extend right into Monday of next week. And by Tuesday, we will have scattered showers with gray skies once again, thunderstorms, particularly in the afternoon hours. And we're keeping those temperatures pretty much normal for this time of the year, in between the 90s right through the next 7-day cycle. But nights are still going to be very warm and humid. So once again, we ask that you continue to keep yourself hydrated.
Always welcoming of good weekend weather. Thanks, Basil. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.